What begins as a routine traffic stop turns into a federal civil rights lawsuit, raising questions about law enforcement practices and accountability. What if a seemingly standard encounter on the road spirals into a legal battle that challenges the foundational principles of police conduct? This case captures the intense clash between personal rights and public safety. As tensions mount, the implications of this lawsuit could ripple through the justice system, potentially setting a groundbreaking precedent. Welcome to Court Decoded, where legal battles are critically examined. Today, we delve into a federal civil rights lawsuit that emerged from an unexpected traffic stop encounter. This case not only questions individual police actions, but also challenges systemic practices within law enforcement. Join us to explore the potential ripple effects across the nation and what it means for upholding civil rights. It was an ordinary day when a couple found themselves pulled over by a state trooper for what seemed like a routine traffic violation. As the state trooper approached their vehicle, the couple expected the usual request for license and registration. However, the situation quickly escalated when the trooper's demeanor shifted from professional to confrontational. The couple felt their rights were being encroached upon as the trooper insisted on searching the vehicle without providing a clear rationale. The confrontation heightened, and the couple became increasingly concerned for their safety and dignity. Despite complying with the trooper's demands, they felt targeted based on their racial identity, a claim consistently highlighted in their later court filings. This interaction sparked intense emotional and legal repercussions, as the couple began to consider the broader implications of their experience, channeling their frustrations into a determined pursuit of justice. How could a simple traffic stop transform into a battle over fundamental civil liberties? This pivotal confrontation set the stage for what would become a compelling examination of civil rights in modern law enforcement. As the encounter unfolded, what began as a minor traffic issue evolved into a serious confrontation. The couple was alarmed by the trooper's escalating demands, all under the guise of routine procedures. The trooper's insistence on searching their vehicle without probable cause suggested a potential abuse of power. This coercive pressure sparked questions of legality and fairness, particularly in light of constitutional protections against unreasonable searches and seizures outlined in the Fourth Amendment. The ongoing tension between police authority and citizens' rights became glaringly apparent. This scenario is emblematic of a broader societal challenge, where individuals must navigate the intricate balance between respecting law enforcement and defending civil liberties. What course of action can citizens take when they perceive an overreach of power? At what point does enforcement cross into violation? These questions set the stage for a legal journey, prompting the couple to document their experience meticulously, leading them to their eventual decision to pursue a federal lawsuit. It became a critical step in confronting perceived injustices within the legal framework. Deciding to file a lawsuit was not an easy decision for the couple. It required careful consideration of the legal system and the potential repercussions of such action. They consulted with civil rights attorneys who helped them understand the complexities of filing a federal civil rights lawsuit under 42 U.S.C. Part 1983, which allows individuals to sue state officials for constitutional violations. This section of the U.S. Code is a cornerstone in civil rights litigation, providing a pathway to hold public officials accountable. The attorneys helped the couple document each facet of their encounter in exhaustive detail, a crucial step in crafting a compelling narrative for the court. They alleged violations of their Fourth Amendment rights, emphasizing the illegal search and racial discrimination. Furthermore, they highlighted the emotional distress caused by the encounter. These elements formed the backbone of their legal argument as their attorneys prepared to present their case in federal court. It marked the beginning of a significant legal battle, one that could potentially influence the way law enforcement misconduct is perceived and handled in the judiciary. 42 U.S.C. 1983 emerged as a crucial element in this legal battle. But what exactly does it entail? Enacted as part of the Civil Rights Act of 1871, this statute was originally designed to combat post-Civil War racial suppression. Over time, It has become an essential legal tool for individuals seeking redress against state actors who infringe upon their federally protected rights. Section 1983 allows individuals to sue state and local officials, including police officers, for actions taken under the color of law. The inclusion of color of law is pivotal, as it refers to acts carried out with the authority of law but executed in ways that violate constitutional protections. The statute does not create rights, but serves as a mechanism for enforcing existing federal rights. For the couple, leveraging Section 1983 is about more than personal vindication. It's about setting a precedent to deter future misconduct and encourage systemic reforms in law enforcement practices. Their case hinges on proving that the troopers' actions were not only unnecessary, but also unlawful, violating their civil rights in a profound way. Once the lawsuit was filed, the legal proceedings kicked into motion. Both the couple and the state, representing the trooper, began to prepare their arguments. The litigation process in federal civil rights cases can be lengthy and complex. The couple's attorneys began by gathering evidence, including video footage, witness testimonies, and expert opinions, all crucial in substantiating their claims of rights violations. Meanwhile, the defense prepared to argue that the trooper acted within reasonable scope and without discriminatory intent, suggesting that his actions were justified based on observable suspicious behavior. As depositions were taken and preliminary hearings set, each side laid out their strategic legal maneuvers. Central to the court proceedings was the discovery phase, a critical stage where both parties exchanged documents and evidence. This phase is essential for uncovering facts that form the crux of the case. Importantly, this lawsuit did not merely seek monetary compensation, but aimed at prompting changes in department policies to prevent similar incidents. Public interest began to grow as the case highlighted crucial issues of race, authority, and justice. As the case started gaining traction in the legal system, media outlets picked up the story. The public response was polarizing, with some people seeing the couple as champions for civil rights, while others sided with the trooper, viewing his actions as part of necessary police work. Civil rights organizations expressed support for the couple, emphasizing the broader implications on police reform and accountability. The media coverage increased scrutiny on the tactics employed by law enforcement and highlighted similar cases, fueling a nationwide conversation about racial profiling and the rights of individuals during police encounters. Interviews with legal experts debated the potential impacts of this case on both local and national levels. The story became a rallying point for those demanding change in policing policies, bringing issues of racial justice, societal fairness, and constitutional rights to the forefront. This heightened attention placed additional pressure on the judicial process, as public opinion often plays an unintended yet powerful role in shaping the discourse around legal proceedings. As anticipation built, many awaited the court's decision on this significant civil liberties confrontation. The day finally came when the case was presented in federal court. Both sides articulated well-crafted arguments. The plaintiffs, the couple, presented a powerful narrative of their experience, backed by substantial evidence, video recordings illustrating the trooper's aggressive behavior, and testimonies that painted a vivid picture of what transpired. Their legal team argued that the trooper's actions blatantly violated the Fourth Amendment, which protects against unreasonable searches and seizures. Meanwhile, the defense aimed to dismantle the plaintiff's claims, arguing that the officer acted within legal bounds, driven by situational necessity, focusing heavily on establishing reasonable suspicion as justification for the search. They emphasized the discretion given to officers to ensure public safety. The courtroom atmosphere was charged with palpable tension as both sides presented their strongest cases. The judge, aware of the broader implications, carefully considered the presentations. The jury, an integral part of the decision-making process, weighed the evidence against the constitutional backdrop. Each legal maneuver bore potential ramifications for how civil rights and police authority dynamics would interact in the future. As the jury retired to deliberate, the courts braced for what could be a landmark decision. The jury faced the challenging task of balancing sympathy and objective legal standards. An outcome in favor of the couple could signal a significant shift towards increased accountability for law enforcement, potentially triggering policy reforms and altering standard operating procedures to prevent misconduct. A ruling against them might affirm existing policing strategies, but could also dampen efforts to scrutinize police actions vigorously. The anticipation grew as the court system prepared to deliver its verdict. Public interest reached its peak, with many awaiting a judgment that carried far-reaching implications. This case spotlighted constitutional protections and highlighted the delicate interplay between citizens' rights and public safety. The pending decision was not just a step towards justice for the couple, but also a possible catalyst for a domino effect in revisiting and redefining how law enforcement is held accountable. The outcome carried the weight of potential change, representing a pivotal moment in the ongoing struggle for civil rights and police reform. When the verdict was finally delivered, it resonated beyond just the parties involved. The court ruled in favor of the couple, acknowledging the violation of their Fourth Amendment rights and underscoring the necessity of accountability for law enforcement officers. This decision reverberated through the legal community, setting a precedent that bolstered the use of 42 U.S.C. 1983 as a tool for citizens to challenge abuses of power. More than just a personal victory, this judgment was a call to action for policymakers to reconsider the frameworks within which law enforcement operates. It emphasized the need for transparent policing strategies, ensuring that officers are adequately trained to respect civil rights. Legal experts suggest that the implications of this ruling could result in stricter guidelines and increased oversight over police practices nationwide. The verdict, celebrated by civil rights advocates, marked a pivotal moment in the ongoing dialogue about police reform. It illuminated the delicate balance that society must maintain to safeguard both public order and individual freedoms. Thanks for watching Court Decoded. Subscribe for in-depth legal insights and analysis of transformative cases like this. Join the discussion in the comments. What are your thoughts on police accountability and civil rights protections? Liking the video helps spread awareness of these critical issues. Remember, legal understanding is the first step towards justice.